this activity, I went to the Taronga Western Plains Zoo in Dubbo. The original Taronga Zoo had been established in the Sydney suburb of Mossman in 1916. Then, with an increasing focus on wildlife preservation, the Taronga Conservation Society established the Taronga Western Plains Zoo in 1977 to provide more living and breeding space for endangered animals. I'd just finished an honours degree in zoology, and ever since I'd wanted to go there. With a population of over 55,000, the regional city of Dubbo is 420 kilometres from where I live in Canberra. Good morning, everybody. I'm at McDonald's in Canberra. I've been driving for 2 hours. I left Canberra at 5:10, got here at 7:15, by a break, and stopped for a coffee. McDonald's coffee in Canberra. I've got about 2.5 more hours driving to go to get to Dubbo, so let's get on with it. I took a second break an hour later in Molong to get petrol, after which I was forced by an unexpected roadblock to take the back road of Banjo-Patterson Way, which was rough and narrow, although I did arrive at Dubbo on the zoo side of the city. I had planned to visit the heritage-listed homestead of Dundullimal, which is located just before the zoo, but unfortunately I arrived to find that it doesn't open on a Wednesday. I also went to the nearby observatory, which is listed as part of the Dubbo Tourist Trail, but it too was closed, though this time it seemed to be permanent. While the original Taronga Zoo in Mossman is only 28 hectares, its Broadacre Western Plains spin-off on the outskirts of Dubbo occupies 300 hectares of woodland and irrigated grassland on a site that had previously been a World War II army camp. Most of the animals live in open range areas where the traditional zoo walls and fences have been replaced by concealed moats and unobtrusive electric fences which divide the animals from the visitors. On arrival, it was immediately obvious that the entire zoo had been extremely well planned. Firstly, visitors can not only park for free on arrival, but can access the zoo's shop, cafe and restroom facilities, plus see several of the animal display areas before having to buy an entry ticket. Secondly, because the zoo is so large, vehicle access is not only permitted but encouraged and facilitated with a circular one-way sealed road and spacious car parks beside every exhibit. The fact that people can drive their own cars means that they have ready access to all their personal needs, such as hats and jackets and food and water. They can move on to other exhibits whenever they like and repeat the circuit if they want to go back to a previously visited enclosure. However, because the entire area is undulating and thickly vegetated with grasslands and trees, there's never any feeling of being on a busy roadway. The zoo also provides the option of cycling, either on your own push bike or by hiring one. There's also the option of hiring a buggy, although these are very popular and you'll need to book in advance to ensure you get one, especially in the warmer months and school holidays. Thirdly, the zoo is extremely family-friendly. As well as a large children's playground, it provides a range of activities that are aimed specifically at children. There's 3 large picnic areas, and the waterhole venue is a perfect place to take a break with its cafe, up-close meerkat exhibit, and water park with climb-on sculptures. At first glance, the Western Plains Zoo looks like any other broadacre animal education facility. However, the detail in the many excellent signs and displays of educational material reveal the zoo's deep involvement in the conservation and care of endangered wildlife species. As well as the zoo's comprehensive free program of keeper activities and animal feed demonstrations, there are ticketed tours and encounters such as the Savannah Safari, the Giants of Africa walk and the Hippo encounter. There's also a bi-weekly tour of the zoo's animal hospital, although visitors can watch some of the veterinary procedures through public windows to the surgeries at any time. There's a large education centre and school groups are obviously very welcome. In addition, the Taronga Conservation Society offers its own suite of animal care diploma courses which provide pathways for students to become an animal care attendant, a zookeeper or a veterinary nurse. Taronga Western Plains Zoo offers 3 options for accommodation. Firstly, its upmarket Zufari Lodge. Secondly, its Savannah Cabins. And thirdly, its more basic Billabong camp, where I'd opted to stay one night. Check-in time was 3:30 p.m, and while I'd only been at the zoo for about 3 hours, because of my early start to the day, I was happy to go there then. In addition to a stretcher and bedding in a fairly small dark tent, my Billabong camp experience included zoo entry for both the day of arrival and departure, dinner, supper and a continental breakfast, and 3 guided animal encounters. That particular night, there were about 60 guests staying in some 26 tents of varying sizes. Our evening itinerary included a camp welcome and safety briefing, which was followed by a late afternoon snack, then a guided tour to the lion enclosure, which was followed by a barbecued dinner, then an evening tour to the Australian marsupial enclosure, which was followed by supper. The next morning, we started at 6:15 with a continental breakfast. This was followed by a long tour to 3 different animal enclosures. Bronte, our guide that morning, was knowledgeable and enthusiastic about her job, the animals and the zoo. Walking around the zoo in the early morning hours also revealed some of the operational logistics of caring for the many large animals and maintaining the area's facilities. After checkout and a coffee at Wild Cafe, I spent another 2 hours touring the exhibits I'd not yet seen, then headed home. All up, I'd highly recommend a visit to the Western Plains Zoo. While the guided tours were excellent, I would hesitate in recommending staying at the Billabong camp, especially if you're a large person or prefer a comfortable bed. I particularly wouldn't recommend staying in one of the smaller tents in the heat of the Australian summer, as they have no ventilation and would probably be extremely cold in winter as they have no heating. One night was an interesting experience, but I wouldn't be keen to do it again. The return trip from Canberra to Dubbo was 850 kilometres for a total cost in petrol of $140. Accommodation at Western Plains Zoo was $239, which included all meals and guided tours, plus 2 days unlimited zoo entry. Other refreshments over my 2 days of travel came to a total of $34.34. In my next episode, I visit the site of Australia's bloodiest prisoner of war camp breakout and reveal the personal connection I have to the Japanese gardens in Canberra. For more information about living your own unlived life, if you go to my website, you can download a copy of my free book, Living Your Unlived Life, finding contentment by honouring your dreams. And if it's your thing, you could like this video and subscribe to my channel.